Hi, in today's video we're going to be talking about estimating. So the first thing to understand is that estimating is just obviously rounding numbers to help you estimate what the answer is. So it's very important to obviously still be able to accurately answer the question with the exact amount, but sometimes estimating helps you do the calculation in your head or get a roundabout figure. So if you're in the shops and you wanted to know what a price was, obviously you don't always have a calculator to hand, so you would just kind of sometimes just estimate it. So it's a really good skill to have in life. And it can be really tricky for you to understand as a child because it's just, you just think, well, what's the point of estimating when I can just work out what the exact figure is by doing the sum. So we're just going to go through some examples just to show you what estimating is and how it can be used. You may find that, particularly if you're doing your SAT exam for Key Stage 2, you may get asked some estimating questions because obviously it does come up year 5, year 6 in terms of the topics. So the first thing to remember is really when we're estimating, we're just rounding numbers to the multiples. So if you look at thinking, you could round it to 10, multiples of 10, multiples of 100, multiples of 1,000. When we do this, it makes it easier to do the calculation in your head without needing to calculate what that is. It also means that you can come up with a rough estimation of what something costs or what the answer may be. The bigger the number, the easier it is to estimate. The smaller the number, like multiples of 10, it still would be quite tricky to estimate that sum in your head, but I guess that would be more accurate. So let's have a look at some numbers. So if I was looking at 790 minus 210, and I wanted to work that sum out, I could round this to the nearest 100, and I could round this to the nearest 100. So I would know roughly my answer would be around 600. So that gives you an estimation of obviously what it could be. So we'll look at another one. So if I'm looking at 720 minus 290 equals, so if I round these again to the nearest 100, 720 becomes 700 and 290 would become 300. So I can easily do that calculation in my head now. 700 minus 400. So my answer needs to be roughly 400. If I was looking at something else, so I was looking at car prices. So say we had car A was £2,750. Car B was £19,500. Car C was 24,999, which would be a tricky number to get the exact amount. And car D was £45,000. So that's already a nice round number. So if I was rounding them up to calculate, I could probably say car A was £3,000 because I'm going to do it to the nearest thousand in this case. I would say car B was £20,000. Car C was £25,000 because that's the nearest thousand. And car D, we can just leave it £45,000. So if we needed to estimate the cost of all 4 cars, that means we can do that quite easily now. So I could just add all these up quickly. 5, 10, 13, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I could say it's going to be about £93,000. Or I could ignore that format, and I'm just looking at 3 plus 20 plus 25 plus 45, which is more of a sum that I could do in my head. So I could do, that's 23, and then I could do 20 plus 40 is 60, 5 and 5 makes 70, and then I could add those two figures together to get 93. So then I put my zeros back in and my pound sign, so I'd go £93,000 would give me an estimate. Okay, I've got another problem for you. So if we wanted to estimate the difference between the most expensive car and the least expensive car. So car A is the least expensive, and the most expensive car would be car D. So obviously in reality, if we were doing that, we'd do £45,000 minus 2,750 to get the precise answer. But in this case, we're just going to do 45 minus 3, and we can see that in our head is instantly £42,000. It's a way of, I guess, getting an estimated an amount, but it's not an actual amount. So it's really important to get your head around estimating and actuals. It doesn't necessarily replace an actual calculation. It could help someone double check your answer if you're not sure you've got the right answer, but I guess it's just a really quick mental way of working out roughly what the cost of something or what the price would be, just mentally in your head really. So it is useful in life skills, so we wanted to cover that today. We hope you enjoyed the video and it makes more sense of estimating. Please subscribe, and thank you for watching.